Alrighty. Alright. What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this Wednesday afternoon video right here on Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, YouTube outside Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below on this channel, or all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's all I gotta say about that. So like the video, dislike the video, I don't give a fuck what you do, but subscribe to my channels, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap the bell. And that's it. All right, on this stormy, well, now it's starting to clear up. It was lightning and thunder and shaking before pouring rain. Thankfully, I got home before it started raining. But on this Wednesday afternoon, July the 21st, 2021, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review for July the 20th, 2021 from the Capitol Wrestling Center in St. Petersburg, Florida. All right. NXT coming off a pretty big shoot last week. Where we had Killer Kross retained his NXT World Title against Johnny Gargano with Samoa Joe as the ref. We all know what happened afterwards. With that, so we saw what happened afterwards with Karrion Kross provoking Samoa Joe and choking him out right in front of Scarlett. We had that. Some other things happening last week. We saw Xia Li challenge Raquel Gonzalez for her NXT Women's Championship. We had that, plus much more last week. But mostly last week was mainly Killer Kross choking out Samoa Joe. And on this week's episode, we're going to hear from Joe and what's he going to say? What the ramifications of Killer Kross choking out Samoa Joe. What's Samoa Joe's answer? What is his what's he gonna say? That's all I can say about that. But before we get into that, let's get into a little bit of WWE news and a little bit of AEW news. Briefly, the Raw rating for this week came out yesterday, and they went up from a 1.6 last week with Cena and Goldberg on the show. You know they were going to pop a rating, and they popped the rating, but it was less than 2 million views. It was 1.9 million views for Monday Night Raw this past Monday. Not bad. Still, you got to bring in guys like Goldberg, and you got to bring in guys like Cena. The return of Keith Lee and the debut of Killer Kross, which pissed off everybody when he lost to Jeff Hardy. But people backstage are pissed and like, why did you make him lose? And like this is Vince's message to NXT. It's always been like that for the last 3 years. But then again, it's like, oh, it's a win-win for Kross. Like, look, he lost his debut, but he's gonna go on a monster run. Still, why did you make him lose? Same thing you did with Keith Lee. The same thing. Lost his debut to Randy Orton. Then he gets a match at I think it was Payback. He wins that. Then the next match, he loses. And then where's he go? He goes to catering for a little bit. You know, thought he was going to win the United States title, and then bye-bye. He goes away for a few months. Same thing with Mia Yim. They both go away. And that's it. Now Keith Lee comes back. And what happens? Everybody's like, you notice the crowd that there was no freaking reaction to Keith Lee? And not even a reaction to Killer Kross. They didn't even know who he was. Would have been better with his NXT. You know, with Scarlett there. Just saying. Because, you know, they brought him up and they have just a generic freaking Killer Kross theme without Scarlett. It just comes out, you know, like this, and it comes out like, oh, I'm Killer Kross. Just a stupid debut. And once again, Vince, they bring people up from NXT and they ruin them. The golden shovel. Bing! Hit Killer Kross right in the head. Or Jeff Hardy hit it. And you wonder why Killer Kross is not a great NXT champion. Because his run so far has been bleh. Not even a credible win here and there, but it is what it is. So, I mean, he's going to lose the belt to Samoa Joe anyway at TakeOver, and I'll get to TakeOver in a minute. And that's all I got to say about that. But, yeah, Raw picked up, you know, got a decent rating, 1.9, and now Cena's going to be on SmackDown this Friday. See if they can pull above a 2.1 they got last week. So they're thinking maybe 2.5. I don't know if they're gonna get a 2.5. I would say maybe 2.3, but we'll see. And that's that. I don't have the NXT rating as of yet. But the main thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna briefly talk about it, but I'm gonna do a separate video. I'll talk about it. It's on this channel anyway. But the big news of today is that our good buddy, the man that gets a lot of clickbait videos about, CM Punk. CM Punk. Yes, CM Punk's in the news, and he is thinking like the macho man. Yeah. He's thinking of making an in-ring return. Where? Don't know. We don't know yet. But he has been in talks again with Tony Khan in AEW. I don't think he has talked to Vince yet, or Vince or Hunter has given him an offer. But you know, he is in talks with AEW so far. It's in talks, but you know, he's looking to come back for in-ring competition. So, when? We don't know. We still don't know. Is he teasing us? I don't know. Is he trolling us? I don't know. But Tony Khan did say he's got tricks up his sleeve. I mean, we already saw Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever you want to call him, 2 weeks ago. Then we saw Andrade come to AEW. There's rumors of Braun Strowman coming to AEW. And now the rumors of Punk possibly going to AEW. He is talking, but we don't know yet. You can still, say, Tony, you have a lot of money, but I'm going to go to Vince and ruin my career. So Punk might be in AEW sooner than later. Who knows? And another one, Daniel Bryan. But then there was an added thing with Bryan that if Bryan might be all elite. So might the Bella sluts. That's just a rumor. But AEW does not want them. I don't. You know, the Bellas get into the AEW Women's Division, you know they're going to get their butts handed to them. I don't care if Nikki was the longest reigning Divas champion. She would get her ass handed to her by Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. But that's all I got to say about that. But I could see Braun Strowman, maybe Bryan Danielson, and maybe CM Punk by the end of the summer. And who knows? You know that Punk is, like I said, Punk is talking with AEW. Where is AEW All Out this year? On September the 5th. Where is it? Chicago. Where does Punk live? Chicago. Can you say Punk might be showing up at All Out? I know we said that a couple years ago, but this time it may or may happen. If he is talking to AEW and he wants to, you know, get back in the ring, why not? Sign a deal with AEW, and, you know, the lights go out after Kenny wins his match, or something like that. The lights go out. The crowd's like, yeah, we know it's CM Punk, right? The lights go out. Next thing we know, we hear, you know, Bryan Danielson comes out, and he just stands in the ring with Kenny, and the fans going nuts. Then the lights go out again, like, oh, he's leaving. Like, one's like, oh, he appears in the ring, and then he disappears like the Undertaker. But the lights go out. It's like, oh, wait, somebody forgot to pay the bill. Then the lights come, and then the lights go out again, you know, with Kenny and the Elite in the ring with Bryan Danielson. Then the lights go out again. The fans going nuts now. Now who's gonna come out? And then we hear the music of Cult of Personality by Living Color. The fans go completely berserk. They blow the roof off of whatever arena they're in Chicago. And Punk comes out with AJ. Punk and AJ come out. You know, Punk does this, it's clobbering time thing. And then AJ's like, skippy wet that ass. You know, skippy down to the ring. And then Punk just goes by himself. They get in the ring. And then both Danielson and Punk look at the entire Bullet Club. And then Cody comes out. That would be awesome. But I don't know. We'll see. But I would mark out if Punk did appear at All Out. I would go completely berserk because it's in Chicago. It's like, Punk's in AEW. Oh, we knew that. But I still would mark out. And everybody else will just, you know, masturbate. You know what I mean? Especially you know who. But it is what it is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Mr. Phil Brooks between now and September the 5th. And we also got to think about Danielson and got to think about Braun Strowman. Tessa Blanchard might be going to AEW. Who knows? But like I said, Tony Khan got the money. He's got tricks up his sleeve. We could see something tonight on Dynamite on Fyter Fest Night 2. We'll see. We shall see what happens with that. All right, so that's basically all I got to say about that. So leave your thoughts and comments in the chat or in the comments down below after the video. And that's it. Like I said, I was going to do a separate video, but since I got, you know, I'm live, might just talk about it live. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right. Before we begin our AEW review, let's acknowledge the chat. And that's it. All right, got my good buddy from Mexico, Alejandro Katza. What's up, Alejandro? How are you doing on this this afternoon in Mexico? Hope it's a good day. Unlike here in the Northeast, it was sunny, and then around like 12, 1 o'clock, I went to do some errands, and then it drizzled a little bit. Then it was sunny, and then by the time I came home, it looked very murky. It looks like it was gonna rain again. Not even 10 minutes after I get in, Thundercats. No, thunder and Satan, thunder, lightning, Satan coming down from the sky and everything. Right, it like poured a lot. Now it's stopped, and looks like it's gonna be clearing out for the rest of the day and the night and most of this weekend. That's it. So hopefully it is nice and sunny where you are there, Alejandro. Kind of cool here in the Northeast. Thank God. Like the last few days was hot as fuck, but today was a nice, cool, crisp 81 degrees. It's gonna be in the low 80s for the rest of the weekend. And then next week's going to get back up to 90, right near the end of July. It is Christmas. All right, let's get to what he has to say. Okay, first comment says, I don't understand Raw creatives carrying Kross, Killer Kross being humiliated on Raw, but on NXT, they put him as a dominant being and quite hell. Yeah. Yeah, it made no sense. It made no sense to me. He's a dominant champion. He beat the crap out of Gargano last week. Retained the NXT title. Choked out Samoa Joe last week. So we're like, oh, he's dominant. He's back to his dominant monster, self again. Then he goes to Monday Night Raw to make his debut. Remember when I said it was supposed to be a big debut on Monday Night Raw? And I was thinking maybe it would be Big E, and maybe we'll have his briefcase. That didn't happen, and then I was like, oh, if it's not Big E, it's probably gonna be Killer Kross. Why not? And it's right on the second one, but Killer Kross makes his debut with his generic main event theme. And then the fans are like, "What the hell is this?" No reaction to him. Comes out with the NXT belt on. Same thing when Kevin Owens came out. He got a pop though when he came out on Raw with the old NXT title. But then what happens to him? He got beat on Raw the first night to Cena, and then he beat Cena at the pay-per-view, which everybody was marked out for. Then he lost, I think, at Battleground. Then he lost after that. He had 3 matches with Cena, won once. Why? Cena politics. We have to ram. They rammed Cena down our throats back in 2015, 2016. Pissed me the fuck off. Then after that, Kevin had to lose the NXT title to go, go to the main roster. He lost to Finn Balor in Japan. Japan, number 1. And then from there, after the Cena stuff, I was like, okay, what are you gonna do with him now? You gonna give him the Intercontinental title? And he did. He got the Intercontinental title, got the US title 3 times. Pretty good feud with Jericho. Not a great feud with Seth Rollins. When basically Triple H basically gave him the belt, the Universal title. I thought like Steen was gonna be a monster Steen, like he was in Ring of Honor, and he was gonna be with the Authority. Triple H and Stephanie. Hi, Steph. But they booked him so bad when he was the Universal Champion. Kevin Steen, I'm talking about. Kevin Owens. They booked him so bad. And they bring in Jericho, only for Steen to turn on Jericho. And then they had those series of matches, which were pretty good. Not great, but, Steen in Hell in a Cell against, I think, with Seth Rollins, and, Jericho helps him out that whole time. And And then Steen loses the belt, I think, at the Royal Rumble to Oberg. And then somehow I think Jericho got the United States title right before WrestleMania. And then Steen turns on him. Steen wins the belt at WrestleMania in a pretty match. And then he wins the Intercontinental title after that. Had a pretty run with the Intercontinental title. But who did he lose the Intercontinental title to? Oh, yeah, remember at WrestleMania? He was in that six-man WrestleMania. At WrestleMania 30, I think it was 33. Or 31 or 33, whatever it was. I think it was 33. Where Mr. Woo 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 won the belt and then lost it the next night to The Miz. Then from there, freaking Kevin Steen was like up and down. Horribly booked still. But still getting title shots, not winning it. Then he has a okay thing, with gets back with Sammy. They do a thing with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, which we all knew who was going to win that. Then after that, him and Seth Rollins, at WrestleMania 36 had a pretty decent feud and pretty decent match. But then from there, he was like in mid-card hell, and they were like, okay, fine, we're gonna put you against Roman, not once but twice. And what happens? He gets thrown off the freaking top of the Thunderdome, not the top of the Thunderdome, you know what I mean? And then it looked like he had a freaking Roman run when he handcuffed him to the set. But at this point, Roman was starting his monster freaking heel run. That's it. He got buried by Roman, basically. And then he went away, and then he comes back. And now, they put him in Money in the Bank. What, are you going to make him win? No. Put on good effort. But now, what are they going to do now with Kevin Steen? What are you going to do now? He's going to go back to mid-card hell / foot in Titus Catering, or what are you going to do? I think Kevin Steen should leave the WWE, go back to Ring of Honor. I'm sorry. I don't think he'll be a fit. I don't know if he'll be a good fit for AEW, but for Ring of Honor, yeah. Let him go back there. Go back to Ring of Honor. Be monster Kevin Steen again. Team him up with Homicide and Chris Dickinson and Tony Deppen and company in Violence Unlimited. And just let him go berserk. And let him be the one to beat Bandito for the Ring of Honor title. Let him get it back for the second time. And then just let him go on a monster run with the title. 2-year run, at least. But that's not going to happen, because I think he signed like a 5-year deal with WWE. So, yeah. So, Kevin Steen, another guy from NXT. Treated like crap. Sami Zayn, Aleister Black. Should I go on? Nikki Cross. Lacey Evans. Now she hasn't popped her baby out yet. She won't be back till at least WrestleMania. Now, at least they're not doing that to Bianca Belair, who plays with her hair, because she's Bianca Belair. They're not, giving her the golden shovel yet, because she's a SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's supposed to face Carmella this Friday night in a rematch. Guess who's going to win that? Because Sasha Banks is going to be coming back pretty soon. And Sasha and Bianca, too, at SummerSlam. Because they need somebody to take Bayley's place, even though it was kind of Naomi. Because Naomi's now on SmackDown now. Now, Bayley's hurt. She's going to be out 9 months. She's going to be out till at least WrestleMania. Gonna need challenges for Bianca at this point. There's not that many heels on SmackDown, besides Natalya, maybe Tamina and Carmella, Zelina Vega. Okay, put that one in. So got about 4 heels, maybe, and put Sasha as 5 and Bayley as 6, but not many faces. Bianca, Naomi, and Liv Morgan are your faces right now, unless I missed one. It is what it is. But, you know, they bring in Killer Kross on Monday night, and what do? You give him a generic theme. The crowd doesn't even give 2 shits about him. Jeff Hardy comes back with no more words. At least that happened. I hope he uses it from now on, before WWE get rid of him. If I saw this match like Jeff Hardy's gonna get his ass kicked, and then people like, oh, Jeff would have lost. It's like people would say, free Jeff Hardy, I'm going to AEW. Now that Killer Kross lost, everybody's like, free Killer Kross, bring back Scarlett. Another guy from NXT who debuts. Vince says, fuck you. I don't care about NXT, Hunter. Bye-bye. It is what it is. And now Toni Storm's going to be on SmackDown on Friday. Guess where she's going? Guess where? She's going to start off, in the women's division. Maybe give Bianca a run. At least give her a challenger. But she'll be a heel, of course, because it's not going to make her face. Why not? Why not? There's only 3 faces. So Toni Storm's gonna go there. Probably start a feud with Bianca, maybe after the whole Sasha thing goes bye-bye after SummerSlam, unless WWE is dumb, too stupid, and they say Bianca's gonna face Toni Storm at SummerSlam. The match I really don't want to see at SummerSlam. I don't. I'd rather see Sasha, Bianca 2, and Sasha get her belt back. Bianca's held it for 101 days as of today. It's 101 days, same as Raquel Gonzalez. God forbid if Raquel Gonzalez goes up to the main roster anytime next year or this year. Who knows? It might be this year. Who knows? Vince wants to bring up more people. Toni Storm and Adam Cole, baby. You know what's going to happen to Adam Cole, and it's going to piss me off. I bet you Adam Cole goes to SmackDown. The first night on SmackDown, he loses to a jabroni. Like a nobody from catering. Or a jobber, I don't know. Or he goes to Raw and loses to Jeff Hardy. Or he loses to somebody like Mansoor or Mustafa Ali or some shit like that. Or Humberto Carrillo. Vince will do that. He already did it with Killer Kross, made him lose in like 10 seconds to Jeff Hardy. Oh, but it's a win-win. No, you make him win, dummy. So dominant in NXT, goes to Raw and loses in 10 seconds to Jerry. And you wonder why people in NXT don't like him. The fans don't like him in NXT. His run is garbage. So why don't you just bring Jeff Hardy to NXT? Problem solved. But it is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, so Toni Storm's going to get the golden shovel, and probably EO and probably Adam Cole, which will piss me off even more with this fucking company. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. So, yeah. Vince once again shoots himself in his foot. I got good shit. Shoot myself in the foot. Yeah. That's it. All right, let's move on. If I can get these comments up. All right. Now he says something in Spanish. I have no idea what he said. I'll try to say it in Spanish. Y en cuanto al resto de NXT estuvo decente. Espero que lo mejoren la próxima semana. I don't know. Maybe, I guess this next comment translates it, I think. Anyway, he says, I hope that next week some things will improve, but NXT is still very good. Yeah, we'll see next week. This week, last night, it was horrible. It felt really, really, really boring. That's all I got to say about that. Last night was boring, but I'll get to that in a minute. Counting down the days for the WWE to go further into shit with seeing Goldberg being the Raw champion and thus getting angry and wishing the Delta variant was more lethal. Damn. That's yeah. That's kind of low there, Mr. Klotzer. Wishing the Delta variant was more lethal. That's why they have the Lambda variant coming out, which is probably the same. But I wouldn't wish anything on the Delta variant or anybody get the Delta variant. But I do hope for all you stupid people who have not gotten vaccinated yet that you should get vaccinated. You're starting to turn the corner on this virus now. We got the fucking Delta variant going completely berserk, and just about every single state except for like Wyoming and South Dakota. So if you live in South Dakota, you're fine. Everywhere else, you're fucked. Like I said, if you got your shot, you don't really have to worry about much. But it is what it is. But I've noticed signs of people that got the shot. They're starting to feel the effects from it. Like a couple months later, I'm feeling it. Feels it. My legs, my back are like all fucked up. And this is like 3 months after I got the shot. Going on 4 months now. And it's supposed to be 8 months. So, I don't know. I'm just hoping, they can get the Delta variant fixed, And if we have to get another shot, like a booster shot, I'm not getting that shit. I'm not getting it. God forbid, put more shit in my body. We'll all turn into mutants. Why not? But it's gonna save us and save the world from this fucking virus. Part 2 is basically it's COVID and Delta now. It's basically fuck virus 1, fight virus 2. And now they're talking about the Lambda variant. That could be fuck virus number 3. So, and guess what's going to be coming in the fall and the winter? We're probably going back to basics. Everything closes down again. And then we're going to have to wear masks even when we're vaccinated. Same fucking bullshit we've been going through since last year. Probably get another fucking year of this crap. And probably another year after that. I'll tell you the truth. If we're still dealing with this fucking virus and the mutated versions of it, the Lambda and the Delta version of it, maybe more versions of it, I don't know, by 2030, I hope that NASA starts a program where everybody can go to space. Just take me to Mars. Everybody will be going to Mars. Because nobody wants to live on planet Earth with a bunch of, with a bunch of diseases and crap. I think this is the, if you read the Bible, I believe there, Jesus said, I think it was Jesus or God, said that it was going to be 7 plagues. If you read Apocalypse, the Book of Apocalypse. I think you said it was supposed to be 7 plagues. And I think we've already hit number 3 or number 4. I think number 4. I think we're on number 4 now. We got Ebola. We had the bird flu. We had SARS. And now we have COVID. So we got 3 more. And they're probably going to get more deadly and more deadly in the next 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 years. So by 2060, 2070, we'll be dealing with probably the final plague. Probably kill all of civilization. Who knows? Who knows? We'll probably have the plague. We'll have global nuclear thermal war, like in war games. I keep mentioning it. People don't believe me that it's coming. Well, it's coming. It's coming. If we continue to fuck around with Russia and Iran and Iraq and Korea and China, because they got the nukes. And guess where they aimed at? Us. North America. The big cities, Los Angeles, Nevada, Las Vegas, New York City, DC. All those countries got to do is just hit the button, push the button, ping. Next thing you know, we got a ballistic missile about to hit New York. We're gonna be evaporated. New York will be destroyed. The entire island of Manhattan and the Bronx and Queens and Staten Island. Goodbye, Brooklyn. Goodbye. You live there? Goodbye. Nice knowing you. But yeah, it is what it is. I just wish this fucking virus was over so we can get back to normal. We're starting to, but still, you gotta worry about COVID. You gotta worry about the Delta variant. And now arenas are opening up at about 100%, like the Barclays Center, Madison Square Garden, MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Giants. Citi Field for the Mets, Skanky Stadium for the Skankies. Concerts are starting to happen now, especially in the summertime, going into the early parts of the fall and late fall. But still, you gotta show your freaking card, like, oh, I got vaccinated, look at me. Yeah, but still, you go there, you have to wear a mask until you get inside. It's like, fuck the mask, throw it away. You run the risk of maybe getting COVID from somebody who's not vaccinated. Yeah, it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. All right, but yeah, the whole thing with Goldberg. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I totally agree. Goldberg freaking challenging Bobby Lashley on Raw this past Monday night. But nobody wanted to see Goldberg, even though I got a big pop from the crowd. Him and Cena got the biggest pops of the night. Whoop-de-damn freaking you. And then today, Bobby Lashley came out and says, I'm not taking up Goldberg's challenge. I'm not facing Goldberg. Why wouldn't you? I wouldn't. I'd rather fucking forfeit my title. Not face him. I forfeit the title. Just drop the title. Like, fuck this. I'm not fighting him. I'll do a Batista. Give me what I want. Give me Brock Lesnar. Fucking Canada right now. This is what WWE does. They have to get the part-timers for the big shows because they can't build on the future. No, I mean, you can't get Drew McIntyre because he can't fight for Bobby Lashley as long as he still has the belt. He's now in a feud with Ginger My Balls. But who else you got? Who else do you got as a face? Riddle and Lashley. Not. you bring in Keith Lee. On Monday night, you could have had him at least win. Then maybe it's like, fuck Goldberg. I don't need Goldberg. Put Keith Lee in that spot. Will they do that? No. He said, oh, here's Keith Lee. We found him, and we brought him back. Everybody's happy. He loses. Goes right back to Titus Catering to make those beefy steaks with Titus. While Mia Yim is at home playing Resident Evil 8 and whatever other game she's playing with Marina Shafir and Dakota Kai Company. And every once in a while, she maybe they might ask her to come to a show just to bake cookies with Naomi and Mandy's not Mandy, but all the other girls that are in catering at the moment. Eva Marie and Dewdrop. It is what it is, but yeah. Yes, right now SummerSlam looks like shit. I'm sorry, SummerSlam is not looking that great. Goldberg and Lashley, if it's still on, even though Lashley's like, oh, I'm not gonna fight him. But Sonya and Adam Pearce are gonna come on Monday night and say you have to defend the title. So it's actually the match is still gonna happen. Goldberg's gonna win the title. Everybody's gonna be pissed, and hopefully Big E comes out, freaking cashes in on Goldberg, and Goldberg goes bye bye. He's only supposed to be there twice. That's it. He has 2 matches. He's there 2 times a year. This is number 2. So there's probably no way he's going to be at Extreme Rules next in September. Unless they ask him and he's like, okay, I'll drop the belt then. But he really should drop the belt to Big E at SummerSlam. After he wins, Bobby Lashley gets pissed and he puts him in the Hurt Lock. And then Big E's like, pulls a Nikki Ash, comes down with the briefcase. He cashes in. Doesn't even have to hit the big ending or any move. He just pins him. Or just picks him up, hits the big ending. 1, 2, 3. Big E's the champion. Everybody's happy. And Goldberg is not seen again. And so either Crown Jewel, they go to Saudi Arabia, which they may be going in November, at the end of November, or comes back at the Royal Rumble, just to bore us half to death again. That's it. But yeah, Goldberg and Cena only back just to get ratings. That's it. Once they're gone, ratings will back down. That's it. That's it. All right, let's continue with the. We got a couple more comments. And more than one person in here. Oh, we have 3 people, and then they all left. It's what it is. It's fine. Alejandro Casa. P.S. This direct of yours. This review of yours, sponsored by. Yes, it is sponsored by. Bits. Thank you for that. Thank you for that shameless plug. CM Punk, AEW, possibly. Again, I mentioned that before. That Punk can go to AEW, but it's not confirmed yet. But he is in talks with AEW right now. So we'll have to see in the next coming weeks. But like I said, but if Punk is coming to AEW, I would think he would debut at out in Chicago. We'll see. If Punk at AEW is confirmed, it will be a hard blow for WWE. I hope it arrives today with his cult personality theme. Nah, he's not coming back. He's not appearing tonight. Oh, it'll be a shock, but it's not going to be tonight. Like I said, it'll probably be at All Out. So wait till September 5th. Tony has more tricks up his sleeve. But that's all I got to say about that. So we could probably see Punk, Danielson, and maybe Braun Strowman all debut at All Out 3 in Chicago. But we'll see. We shall see. All right. a couple more comments, and then we'll get to this review. I can imagine the Punk fight against Kenny or against Chris Jericho, depending on Zero, Christian Cage, and it just needs Daniel Bryan to appear. Yeah. Either one of those guys in AEW would really, really probably put the nail in WWE's coffin. And that's it. You get a Punk or you get a Daniel Bryan, those ratings are going to go way up. They're going to go way up. I mean, they got 1 million last week. They get Danielson or Punk, that's going to go up at least to about Raw numbers, or maybe close to SmackDown. But we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, the dream matches galore, you know, Punk and Kenny, Punk and Jericho, Punk and Christian Cage, Punk and Cody, Daniel Bryan against basically anybody at this point. But it is what it is. Like, you know, Punk comes, like, does he side with the Elite or does he side with Cody? That's the question. I would think he will side with Cody and company. Because I don't think he'll come in and just join the Elite and the Bullet Club Elite. We still don't know what's going on with Jay White, and we'll find out tomorrow night on Impact. Basically, what happened after the show mysteriously ended. Did Jay White join up with Kenny and the Good Brothers to form the Bullet Club Super Elite? Is Jay White can appear on Dynamite tonight? Who knows? That would be awesome, though. Well, Jay White is going to be fighting for Impact. I think next month at Resurgence against David Finlay. He's going to defend his never openweight championship against David Finlay. So it's going to be our first time seeing Mr. Jay White in the States in a couple of years. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. All right, let's move on. All right, got my good buddy Nick Infante 92 changed his picture. That you, Nick, in that picture, drinking a good old alcoholic beverage? Classy. That's all I got to say about that. By the way, I am wearing the new Maria Brink shirt. Wait, I gotta take that off. The new shirt I debuted yesterday on the Metal Guy channel. The new Maria Brink shirt I bought. Gotta represent. What's that? But nice picture there, Nick. Nice. Trying to look sexy. Not as sexy as me, but it is what it is. All right. Nick says they were going to bury Kross on the main roster, and they proved it on Monday. Yep, they did. They buried him. Vince sent his message to NXT. Just don't bring anybody up to me. I'll give you the golden shovel. Bing! And that's it. But it looks like we're going to see a rematch next week with Kross and Hardy. And Kross is going to destroy him. But then again, Hardy could beat him again in like not even 10 seconds. He'll beat him in 5. It is what it is. Yep. Titus Catering. That's where he is right now. Right, that's that. Not just piss you off, but the rest of the wrestling fans. Yeah. Yeah, Killer Kross losing pissed everybody off. You think Vince cares? No. And that's that. All right, let's move on because I want to get this thing up, and then Dynamite's coming up in about a little under 2 hours. So that's that. I'm gonna take a little break, lay down for a little bit, and then get up and watch Dynamite Fighter Fest 2. And that's it. Is he a troll? Should I block and ban him? Who? Block who? Alejandro? No, he's a good guy. I think I gotta mod him too. But no. If it's Alejandro, no, keep him. He's a good guy. If it's anybody else, depends who it is. Let me know, and well, it is what it is. It is what it is, Nick. If you see somebody that is disrespecting the chat, just get them out. I don't care who it is. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, photos from 2012. Wow. You're a young whippersnapper there. Did you see my Instagram? I got a lot of pictures from 2012. Basically from 2000, my old school pictures that I took off of my Facebook. Just want to put all of them on Instagram so we can get more followers. Not working, but still about 128 followers right at the moment. I've already been on Instagram for about 6 months. You know, I don't really use Instagram that much, but when I do, I just post pictures and like people's pictures, girls with big thingies and all that stuff like that. Instagram's like Twitter. I don't use Twitter that much either, unless I'm like watching wrestling. Then I'll just chime in, what I've been doing the last few months. Been like, when I watch like Monday Night Raw or NXT or Dynamite or pay-per-view, I'll go on Twitter and just like, do live, like a live recap. Not like, just typing. It's like, oh, Killer Kross beat Jeff Harvey, 2 out of 5. Then I'll get a like, I'll get a retweet, and maybe some people follow me from that. So, and I'm still getting followed on Facebook. Not Facebook. Well, not really on Facebook. So I'm still in jail for another 22 days. Another three weeks, I'll be back on Facebook. Ugh. Fuck you, Zuckerberg. That's all I can say about that. So I'm on Twitter now, and a little bit of on Instagram. That's it. I can't really post anything. I can post on Twitter what I feel like, but on Instagram I just post here and there. But mostly now on Instagram I've been posting my old school photos from basically back in the day, like 10, 12 years, 13 years ago. With some updated pictures from today, from now. Got a couple of new pictures up there now. So go to my Instagram, check it out, give me a like. And if you're new, follow me. That's it. That's pretty much it. All right. Let's get to this review. And that's not any time. All right, we start off NXT with a recap of what last week. We saw Joe coming back, being brought back as the enforcer, then being named the special guest referee for Killer Kross against Johnny Gargano. Kross won, and then he provoked Samoa Joe, choked him out, which ended the show last week. So Joe's pissed and wants Killer Kross on a spike. So I was gonna say. So we start the show off. Joe right out. Dun, 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 Joe. So Joe comes out and he is what it is. So Joe says, "Tick tock, tick tock. Guess who's come to smash your clock?" That'd be a great line for a horror movie. Tick tock, tick tock. Guess who's smash your clock? If they ever made like a horror movie and the ones like Pinhead or Chucky, villain, time to smash your clock. And then next thing you know, it's Boogeyman. No, Boogeyman with his clock. So he's waiting for Kross to come out, but instead of Kross, we get William Regal. He comes out in a hurry and says, "This is not what's gonna happen. This is not what's gonna go on." Goes up to Joe's face and says, "You knew when you came back what you had in mind." Blah blah blah. Regal says that you can't just call out superstar. Joe's like, "Don't talk about semantics with me. You know, I was provoked by Mr. Kross." So fans chant with Joe, and they was like, "Yeah, get Joe medically cleared." So Regal was like, "Okay, I get it, but it's like I get what you're saying, but you know, he put his hands on Samoa Joe, the referee, not Samoa Joe, the enforcer, you know, part of management." So Joe's like, like, screw your semantics lesson, and says Kross is out of control and he needs to be put down. And then he's like, he talks about Kross's field trip to Raw. He says last Monday, botch there, Joe. You meant, I think Joe meant, last night, but he said last Monday. It is what it is. So he was like, I didn't even know he was there, because because you're not in control. Regal says Kross is on his way to the building, and when he arrives, all hell will not break loose. And Joe, you are going to resolve this peacefully. So the crowd's like, let them fight. And then Joe's like, oh, as much as I respect you, Mr. Regal, I will end this, but I can't promise that it's going to end peacefully. And he promises that someone is going to sleep. Yeah, when you finish watching this, you will go to sleep. Not this video, but I'm talking about NXT. But it is what it is. And that's that. All right, so Joe's on a warpath, and when Kross comes, it's going to be slobber now. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, we move on from there. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens. All right, that's it. All right, after that, we get a Xia Li, the next contender for Cal Gonzalez NXT Championship. She says this is the moment she's been waiting for, most important match of her life, and she promises to do to Raquel what she did to Mercedes Martinez. And she says she will become the first Chinese NXT. We'll see what happens with that. And if you're asking, no, Asuka's not Chinese, Io's not Chinese, Kairi's not Chinese. They're all Japanese or Korean. But if you want to put Oriental, okay. So I think Chinese and Oriental are the same. I'm not sure. It is what it is. But Asuka was the first female Japanese NXT Women's Champion, and then Kairi was the second one, and then Io was the third one. And if Xia Li gets it, she'll be the first Chinese woman, but the fourth Oriental to win it. The Women's Championship. As we all know, Shinsuke Nakamura is the first Japanese man to win the NXT title, and the United States title, and the Intercontinental title, and the first Japanese king of WWE. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. I don't even know what we're going to do with Shinsuke now. I just don't. He's just going to be king of WWE until Vince doesn't want him to be king of the ring anymore. Unless they bring in the King of the Ring tournament and he defends the King of the Ring crown, like I mentioned my idea, bring back King of the Ring. Just have the tournament and the winner faces Shinsuke, or if he's still king by then, for the crown. You have the tournament on Raw and SmackDown. Then you have the finals at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. And the winner of that faces Shinsuke Nakamura later in the night for the King of the Ring crown. And if they win it, they beat Shinsuke. They're the new king of WWE. And then, that's it. But what are they going to do with Shinsuke? Is he going to even defend that crown, or is it just going to be, same old Shinsuke? Just with boobs? Or is Boogs going to turn on Shinsuke? Clock him in the head with the guitar? I mean, really, what is Rick Boogs there? Just to play his theme and scream, "Ah!" And Rick Boogs is only there to play his guitar, play his theme, scream, "Ah!" Get involved here and there in a match, and make Pat McAfee basically, jump on the freaking announce table, doing freaking playing with his leg and stuff, and hyping up the crowd. It is what it is. And Mitchell Cole said that Pat McAfee makes him better now. I agree. I honestly 100%. I hate Michael Cole. We all know my distaste for Cole. I want to take his job because he's like 50 some odd years old now. Don't got too long there, Cole. Yeah, but he says that Pat McAfee makes his job better or something like that. He's still a botch machine, but it is what it is. But he's not botching as much as he used to when it was with Corey Slave and Byron Saxton, or even with Taz, or Booker T, or Jerry Lawler. I think this is probably as much as he still botches, I think this is probably the best Michael Cole I've seen in years. I think this is the best SmackDown announce team in years too. I mean, as much as I like Taz and Cole back in the Ruthless Aggression days, this is like a breath of fresh air because after Taz left, commentary wasn't that great on SmackDown. If they could fix Raw, that would be great. But who can you replace? I would just get rid of all three of them. Keep Corey Graves for a little bit, Keep Corey Graves, get rid of Jimmy Smith, let him go back to the MMA. Get rid of Byron Saxton, just release him. Really, release him. And bring in guys that can freaking talk. Bring back freaking Tom Phillips. That's one idea. And second idea is call a guy like me or JD. Not JD, sorry. Fuck JD. Me or Joe Cronin. That's who should be the announce team. Me, Joe, and Graves. That's it. Fuck JD and his Braves. Oh, by the way, they lost today. First game of the doubleheader, they lost. But the Mets today, finally, Marcus Stroman pitches a gem. I think he got a one-hit gem. Yeah, he did have a one-hit gem. 8 innings, one hit, no runs. We needed that from him. 7-0 beatdown of the Cincinnati Reds. So they took 2 or 3 from the Reds after struggling against the fucking Pirates, losing 2 or 3, even though we should have had all 3 of them. But still in first place right now. We are 3 games. I think 3 games up on the Phillies. The Phillies played them. The final game of their series against the Skankies coming up in a little bit. Hopefully the Yankees win that. They sweep the Phillies, so we can bump up that lead a little bit to 3.5. And then the Phillies and the Braves got a 4-game series coming up this weekend. Who to root for? Hope they all those games get rained out. That's what I would do. But then again, you're like, oh crap, double headers coming up in August and September when it counts. Oh no. So who to root for? I have to root. I have to root for the Braves. I mean, they're 4.5 games back right now. So it is what it is. I have to be a Braves fan for the next 4 days. This whole weekend coming up. I hope they split. I don't want the Braves to win 3 or 4 and then right back, like 1-2 games behind the Mets going into that 5-game series next week. Or at least DeGrom hopefully will come back by then. But bench mob is once again helping us out. Got some big hits in that first game when they won 15-11. Everybody contributed. Pilar and Villar and James McCann. Everybody was clutch. Diaz sucks, but it is what it is. They lost last night 4-3. Should have won it in the 9th. Got a crappy rookie freaking relief pitcher, and it made him look like Cy Young. Lonzo looked fooled. And then McNeil swings on the goddamn first pitch, and I'm like, yep, he's going to strike out. And what happens? They lose. They lost 4-3, and today they won 7-0. It is what it is. So Villar got started off with a home run, and then Don Smith hit a grand salami with extra cheese, made 5-0, and then Luis Guillaume hit 2-run shot, making 7-0, and Stroman kept the Reds off the board with 1 stinking hit, and then Familia mopped it up, struck out the side in the 9th. The Mets win their 50th win of the season, and we got about 70 some odd games left. So that magic number goes down, down, down like my tongue down your throat. But still, I like that lead to get a little bit bigger, especially with August coming up. I'm hoping by mid-August the Mets are up by 6 games. Well, we'll see. But they got so many injuries. Got another one last night. Robert Stock messed up his leg. Another blew out his hamstring, so he's gone. So they're gonna I have to bring up somebody, to fill him in until Carrasco gets off his rehab stint, and Lindor and the GOAT come off the DL next week. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for the next week or so. So Mets got off tomorrow. They play Toronto at home this weekend, and then they got a 5-game series against the Braves. We'll see what happens. And that's it. All right. So going back to NXT, we had the. Let me just see my time. So I'm gonna. Okay. So we had Regal and Joe arguing. Joe wants a piece of Kross's ass, but Regal wants him to do it peacefully. I think Joe's like, well, I can't promise it'll be peaceful, but somebody's going to go to sleep later on. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we get a Xia Li vignette. This year will beat Raquel Gonzalez and become the first Chinese NXT Women's Champion. And we'll see what happens with that in the main event. I'm surprised that was the main event last night. But it is what it is. So after that, after Joe goes up the ramp and everything, we see the Diamond Mine come out. Roddy's group comes out. Roddy, Tyler Rust, Malcolm Bivens, and Henry Suzuki. So Roddy and Tyler are in a tag team match with Bobby Fish and the Cruiserweight Team Kushida. After the Diamond Mine were about to attack Bobby Fish, Kushida comes out for the save. And like I said, tag team match player. That's that. So as Diamond Mine makes their entrance Fish and Kushida attack him from behind, beat him down, and then they throw him in the ring, and then we go to break. So I got that. But then the match happens, and it's a pretty decent match. And the faces are using so beating up on Roddy. Kushida comes in and continue to work on Roddy. Works some submission on Roddy's arms, wraps him up, drops back to snap the arm. Bobby comes back in. Then they go back and forth. Bobby is in control, lays in the knees to the head. So they go at it, and Kushida comes in, but Tyler pushes Kushida back into the corner, tags in Roddy, comes in, goes for a suplex, but Kushida fights out of it, hits a big kick. He ducks a clothesline, goes for an armbar, and leads to a bulldog, but Roddy catches him and hits a backbreaker because he is the messiah of the backbreaker. Tyler comes in, gets a back suplex for a 1 count. So they take care of Kushida for a little bit, but Kushida gets an opening to fight back. But a double underhook suplex keeps him down for a near fall. Roddy with a 1925 sleeper hold. Kushida gets to his feet, but Roddy gets tags in Tyler. They double team Kushida. Kushida goes off the ropes, hits a double springboard elbow, then gets the hot tag to Bobby Fish. Comes in, starts beating up Tyler Rust in the corner, knocks Roddy off the apron, goes back to Tyler, hits a diving clothesline for a near fall. Tyler fights back, but Bobby hits him with some knees. Tyler tells from Roddy to get leverage, and causes a distraction on Bobby long enough for him to get down. Bobby goes to the outside. Roddy picks him up, slams him on the apron. Ow! Then we go to break. Back. They keep going at it, and we're getting to the end. And Kushida comes back. Kushida gets the hot tag. Comes in with the ding dong. Kushida comes in with an atomic drop and a hip toss on Roddy. Kick to the head out of a sunset flip attempt by Roddy. Kushida with an armbar bulldog, but Roddy's able to tag her. Hits a gut wrench powerbomb. Goes for a kick. Kushida blocked it. Hits an insigity. Tyler knocks in an ankle lock on Kushida, but Kushida reverses it. Then they go back and forth. Tyler with a spinning on the cover, but Bobby breaks it up. And then Bobby and Roddy go to the outside. While inside, Kushida goes up top for a knee to the elbow. Then he kicks the leg and goes off the ropes and he locks in the hoverboard lock. And Tyler has no other choice but to tap out. So, pretty decent match. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Quick 15-minute match. And that's it. All right, so Bobby and Kushida get the win. It is what it is. Not a big but it is, it is what it is. I think it's going to continue with Roddy after the Cruiserweight title and eventually getting it from Kushida probably at the next TakeOver. And that's that. Now, talk about TakeOver number 36 coming up in August. Talk in a minute. All right. After that, go to a video from earlier in the day. You see our good buddies Guy, Drake, and his butler, Cameron Grimes, to the butler boom. So they're driving in Eli's car, nice freaking white criminal. Nice. Eli's mad that Cameron didn't pay attention to the GPS. Why not? What are you calculating? So Cameron's, starts talking. He's like, I'm a butler. I know what I'm doing. And Eli's not happy about it. So Eli's like, go get my luggage and get every single piece of my luggage. So Cameron goes to the back. We see like 5 pieces of luggage. And I'm like, really? What do you have in those bags? Eli. I don't know. Anyway, so he's like, you don't take all these like this before, and I've done these before back in the indie days. So he's taking him out, trying to put him over his shoulder, but he's having some problems. And then a good buddy, Rockstar Spud Love. Hello, love. Hello, Madam Cutter. So Drake, Maverick, Spud. He comes in, he's like, can I offer you some help there, Cameron? Cameron's like, no, I got this. And then Eli's like, get out of here, we don't need you. We don't need your help. But it looks like you need help. So Eli challenges him to a match. They have a little altercation, and then Eli's like, well, why don't we have a match? See who's better. And Drake, Mr. Spud's like, okay, let's do it. So we're gonna get that later on. Eli, Drake, and Rockstar Spud, and almost like a TNA a couple years ago classic. We'll see what happens with that. Non-title, of course, since Eli had a belt. That's that. All right, so let's go with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get a video for the next NXT TakeOver event, and it's going to be NXT TakeOver 36, and it's going to be SummerSlam week. But since SummerSlam's on a Saturday, I was thinking that maybe it'll be the week after that or week before that. But no, it's not. NXT TakeOver 36 will take place on Sunday, the day after SummerSlam, August the 22nd. Now, I went on Twitter last night. I'm like, well, is this going to be from the CWC or it's going to be in Vegas? Yeah, and somebody put up a picture of NXT TakeOver Las Vegas. So I don't know until they say something on NXT TV in the next couple of weeks. We shall see what happens. But I would think that they will probably be in the CWC. I don't think they're going to go on the road yet with NXT, but we'll see. But yeah, so SummerSlam week is going to be huge. We got Raw that Monday, and then that weekend, the 20th, SmackDown live from Phoenix. And the night after that, SummerSlam from Allegiance in Vegas. And then the night after that, TakeOver in either at maybe MGM Grand or something like that, or at the CWC. But we'll see what I believe is in Phoenix. So that's a big week of action. Just the end of the summer of the WWE, and that's it. So yeah, that whole is going to be big. Raw, and then SmackDown in Phoenix live, SummerSlam in Vegas the next night on Saturday the 21st, TakeOver the 22nd, and then Raw in Phoenix on the 23rd. And that's it. That's going to be some big stuff. So yeah, so TakeOver 36, August the 22nd. So get ready for that. Get your tickets now. All right. After that, we go to break. We come back with a vignette for a member of the NXT Breakout Tournament, and his name is Odyssey Jones. I have no idea who this guy is, or where he came from. Must one of those indie feds, maybe from Evolve. I think he did come from Evolve, but I haven't seen him, so it is what it is. Anyway, he talks about how he's broken records and broken jaws since signing with NXT. And we'll see it break the jaw of Harlem Bravado, or what was his name? Chase. Aiding Chase, Andre Chase. And so, but I'll get to that. All right. So we'll see what happens in his breakout first round match coming up a little bit against Harlem Bravado. We'll see. All right. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right. Then we see Joe backstage. He's like pacing around, like, "Who's a son of a bitch?" Waiting for Killer Kross to come out, to come to the building. So we see that. And then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center for match number 2. We got Taya Valkyrie. Valkyrie. I'm not calling her Frankie Monet because that's a stupid name. So it's Taya Valkyrie against NXT Enhancement Talent Jane. Nice name. Sounds like a porno name. JC Jane. You know, it is what it is. So we see Jesse Camilo come out with with Taya. And then later on, Mr. Robert Stone comes out as well. Match, typical Taya Valkyrie squash match. JC got a little bit of offense in, but basically this was, you know, Taya Valkyrie country here. We did see Mandy Rose come out. She goes to commentary, goes behind commentary, like stands right next to freaking Wade Barrett and Vic Joseph, both of them getting fucking stiffies. So, I wanted you. And then she just like just decides to lay down, well, not lay down, but just like sit on the announce table. You know, pays to be the commentator. I wish she was on my lap, but it is what it is. But I'll take the table anyway. So she's looking on. Still don't know what she's doing in NXT. Is she, you know, she has an eye for Taya Valkyrie. Is she going to join the Robert Stone brand? We still don't know. So they go back at it, and basically Taya's showboating a little bit, tries for a neck breaker, and gets a near fall. JC comes back with some weak ass forearms, goes for an Irish whip, but Taya's like, no. And then out of nowhere, JC comes up the ropes, and Taya hits Roll to Valhalla. Picks up, boom, Roll to Valhalla. 1, 2, 3, Taya Valkyrie with another squash match victory. I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Almost a 3.5-minute suck fest. But, you know, it is what it is. They're just building her up very, very, very slowly to possibly be the one to beat Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. But it is what it is. And 2 out of 4 stars for that. And we move on. All right, let me just check something real quick. Okay, we're gonna end this up quick. All right. After that, we go backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell. She's with Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory away. This was earlier in the day, segment. Johnny said that he's doing okay after his brutal loss to Killer Kross. Austin says he hasn't slept for weeks. And then Johnny points out that his lack of sleep is unrelated. Like you just haven't gotten any sleep. And then we see Kyle O'Reilly. He comes in, and he's kind of pissed off that Austin said something bad about him last week. So he's like, me and you in the ring. Let's go. So challenge him to a match. Austin agrees. He's like, okay, you want to have a match? Let's do it. All right. So we get a nice Evolve type match coming up in a little bit. So Kyle leaves, and then Johnny tells Austin, you know, you got yourself into this, now you got to get it. So you're on your own, dude. I'm not helping you. So we'll see what happens with that. And gets a little Austin Theory. I'll get to that later. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go back to the ring. We get a reminder from the commentary team of Vic Joseph, Beth fucking Phoenix, and Wade Barrett. I'm afraid I got some bad news. And yeah, we got some bad news for me as the next 2 weeks, NXT will not be on the USA Network. It will be moving to the Sci-Fi Network for next week's show and the first show of this. So if you're looking forward to watching NXT on the USA Network, well, you better have Sci-Fi because you will miss out. Yeah, so NXT on Sci-Fi next 2 weeks at 8 p.m. on Sci-Fi. We'll see how the ratings go for that, but that's that. All right, after we find out about that, we get a sit-down interview with Wade Barrett and the colossal Bronson Reed. And Reed says that losing the North American title to Isaiah Swerve Scott affected him big time, but said he can't stay in that mindset. So I'm just going to move on from that. I'm going to go forward. And then, so Wade asked him about his match with Adam Cole, baby, coming on next week's show. And if it's wise to, fight Adam Cole. So Bronson says next week he's going to finish the job this week, and he's going to shut Adam Cole's mouth. Yeah, okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see if you can shut his mouth. I don't think you will, because I think Adam's going to shut your mouth, and you're going to go up to the main roster and get put in catering next to Killer Kross. And that's all I got to say about that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it for that. All right. After that, we go to match number 3. Kyle O'Reilly. This match was match of the night. I thought the G's out of each other, flippy dippity doos. We go to break. They come off the ropes. Theory ends up on the apron, gets knocked to the floor by Kyle. That. Then during the break, Kyle maintained control. And then Austin fought back, hit a backbreaker for a near fall. And then as we come back to live action, they're going back and forth with submissions. Kyle takes Austin, kicks, charges with Theory, kicks him, and hits a somersault blockbuster neck breaker for a near fall. So that finds nice fast. Austin lands in some ground and pound to Kyle. Kyle fights back, goes between Theory's legs. I like that. Tries to roll him up. Austin comes off the ropes with a drop kick, which gets counted into the heel hook. Like Kyle. Austin has to break the hold as he gets to the apron, takes over, hits a stomp over the ropes, then hits a fisherman suplex for a near fall. And it's going to work on the shoulder and neck area of Kyle. But Kyle gets his feet, hits a couple elbows, but then Kyle in the ropes, a knee lift. Then Kyle with some more knees and a big slap. Like, it was funny. He just went all through and went slapped him right in the mush. Then he hits a kick to the chest and a sweep the leg down or something. Austin gets up in the corner. Kyle charges in with a forearm, then a knee in the other corner. Then a double underhook suplex into an armbar. Trying to go for the submission. Austin stops it. So Kyle rolls it into the ankle lock. Austin gets the ropes. And then Kyle starts targeting the shoulder area with some kicks. Theory comes back with a back elbow, goes for a powerbomb. Kyle slides out of it and hits a forearm. Austin dodges a knee, gets Kyle on his shoulders, plants him with a spinning powerbomb for a near fall. Then he tries to emulate Adam Cole and hits a bling buster onto the knee and then cover for a near fall. Austin, kind of goes nuts. He's like, damn it, I want to win. Goes out to grab the steel steps, but Kyle's back up, and he is pissed. And get in the ring. Austin gets taken down late, and some ground and pound punches and kicks. Stomp to the head, then a knee to the sternum. And then Kyle goes up top and hits the King Kong knee to the ankle. Then he locks in the heel hook, and Austin Theory has to tap out. 14-minute match. Not bad. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Very good match. Match of the night between these two great guys. And we'll see what happens with that. Good effort by both of them. And we'll see what happens with that. All right. After that, we go to the back. We have Mackenzie Mitchell. And we have the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai as well. Raquel asks about Xia Lee's comments. Raquel says everyone's saying the same thing. She mentions Ember Moon, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and Xia won't be fulfilling her destiny. And then Dakota says Raquel was going to destroy her for interrupting her moment last week. And then Raquel says none of Tianxia scare her. Boa doesn't scare her. Even Mei Ying doesn't scare her. And there will be no one else to face. Basically, there'll be nobody left to face after she puts Xia down. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. right, then we go to the ring. Santos Escobar and the rest of Legado del Fantasma, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, and it's supposed to have a thing, some madness thing. So in the ring, we have two mariachis who look like the Conquistadors, 1 and 2, former tag team champions, by the way. Oh, you didn't know the Conquistadors were former tag team champions? I remember. Do you? No. Because you're a bunch of videos. I bet you Nick knows. It is what it is. Anyway, so he's like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this mariachi madness. I'm like, okay, what are we out here for? So he dismisses the mariachis, calls them pendejo. It's like, get out of here, pendejo. Yes, get out of here. We don't guitar. And he tells the fans he was going to give them a taste of the best musical heritage in mariachi. Not a big fan of mariachi music. I like bachata. It is what it is. Anyway, but he changed his mind because he won't lower himself to entertain the fans because they're not worth it. And he's not going to do the hit go thing. You know, vomit some lines and embarrass himself. He's like, what is this? The Battle of Styles? Not AJ Styles, but Styles. He says his style is being the true and real champion. Then he tells Hit Row he's taking the North American title from Isaiah Scott, putting it up there. I guess he's like pointing to the rafters or something like that in the CWC. He's gonna put it up there with blood, tradition, heritage, and then he gets cut off by Row. So Hit Row comes out. You know, Shanti Adonis, Top Dollar, and B-Fab, along with Isaiah Scott, the North American champion. Things are getting really, really, really spicy up in here. And it's Tuesday. You know what that means? Taco Tuesday. Anybody have a taco last night? I didn't have a taco. But it's Tuesday, so it's not what was Wednesday. What can you have on Wednesday? Anything. But Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays. You know, you're gonna buy it for like $5. But it is what it is. Taco Tuesday. NXT, all the fans get a free taco with their ticket, as long as you're wearing a mask. Or if not, you just get your free taco. Free tacos for your tacos and wrestling. That's great. Anyway, so Hit Row comes out. Sean's like, things are getting really spicy in here. They call mariachi music and say they're celebrating their birthday quinceanera thrown by Daddy Del. I don't know who the hell they're talking about. Birthday quinceanera thrown by Daddy Delgado, and then Santos like, that's what you call me. That's what you call me in bed, right? Oh, damn, Santos getting. And so Top Dollar says he's Pablo Escobar. You know, starts talking some smack. Like, who's better than Top Dollar? Nobody. So then Swerve gets on the mic. Says, you know, about a year or so ago, it took an entire Legado to stop him from getting the Cruiserweight title. So he started a group of his own. He says he's going to make Santos his biatch, and in 10 years, the apple is not going to fall too far from the tree. So Santos says he's taking the belt, bringing it back to Mexico and to Legado. Yeah. And then Hit Row starts going to the ring to get on the apron. Good old fashioned faction war. So basically 4-on-2, kind of minus B-Fab out, but it's 3-on-3. So I was thinking maybe a 6-man team. So a big brawl happens. Why not? Donald and Ashanti just beat the crap out of Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. They knock them out, and then Swerve attacks Escobar. Swerve gets knocked down. Santos goes to hit Swerve with the guitar down, and then B-Fab hands Swerve the guitar, and it's about to Escobar head with it, but Escobar leaves the ring, but Joaquin Wilde is caught inside the ring by an entire hit row. They surround him Shield style, and he gets up, and Ashanti the Adonis hits him with a super kick, and then he turns around and Swerve bashes him over the back with the guitar, breaking into a million pieces as Santos watches on. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and it looks like the Legato hit row, and we could probably see Swerve versus Santos Escobar for the North American title at TakeOver 36. We'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on. All right, real quick. All right, with the entire way, Gargano, Austin Theory, Candice, and stage. Candice says things have been awful lately. We mentioned women's tag team belts a couple weeks ago at the Grand American Bash to Io and Zoe Stark. And Gargano lost to Kross last week. Theory's starting fights with everybody. So Indy's, Indy's trying to play peacemaker. She's like, go easy on him. Go easy on Theory. So just utter chaos, and I'm like Candice, I think like Indy said, if I want to kiss Dexter, I will, or something like that. And then Candice is like, I'm gonna call a therapist. I'm like, oh great, we're gonna get another boring as fuck therapy session. And that they're arguing, and Austin's like, he has some gear in his hand. He wants to go like this, and he's like, yeah. And then he leaves. So it looks like they're gonna break up the way Austin Theory is gonna go his own way, no pun intended, and we'll see what happens with that. So Trouble in Paradise for the way once again, and that's all I got to say about that. And we move on to 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we see then after that we see Joe in the back, still waiting for Kross to come to arrive, I should say. William Regal approaches Joe, assures him Kross is on his way, tells him to calm down once again. Joe says, I respect you, but I will be the first to greet Kross. And then Regal's like, peacefully. And then he leaves. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right, match number 4, we got Harlem Bravado, Andre Chase, stupid name, taking on Odyssey Jones in the breakout tournament. I mean, this tournament's boring. I'm sorry. This tournament's kind of boring. I mean, last week we saw, Ikemen Jiro against Duke Hudson. Nothing great. This week we see basically a squash match, a 3-minute suckfest. Harlem Bravado, we all know him from Ring of Honor, former tag team champions, I believe. Basically, he got his butt kicked by Mr. Jones, and Jones wins as he picks Harlem Bravado up out of an Irish whip into a lifting Uranagi 1-2-3. He gets the win and advances to the next round. So it is what it is, and that's that. And then next week we got Carmelo Hayes, Christian Casanova against Josh Briggs in the first round. That should be a better match, I think. I think that match will actually be pretty good. And I'm kind of rooting for Josh Briggs to win it. I want to see Josh Briggs versus Joe Gacy in the finals. I want to see that because both guys were in Evolve. I think all these guys were in Evolve, but I think the main stars were Joe Gacy and Josh Briggs. I don't even remember if they were a tag team or not, but I know they were there. But they had some big wars in Evolve. And that's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on. All right, so Odyssey Jones wins the 3-minute contest that I gave 2 out of 5 stars. So he advances, and we'll see what happens. That. All right, there we go. Backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell once again. She's backstage with MSK, Nash Carter, and Wesley, the tag team champs. Ask them what's next. They say they're willing to welcome all challengers after beating Ciampa and Thatcher at the Great American Bash. So Mackenzie's like, well, what does MSK actually mean? And then, well, they're gonna tell her, and then the screen goes kind of weird. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Imperium, Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner, and they cut a vignette interrupting them. They talk about what the division has become. They said that MSK has had a meaningless title run. Yep. And they say that they're going to bring prestige back to the sport of professional wrestling. Notice that I think it was Marcel Barthel said sport. Because wrestling is a sport, not any sport. All right. After that, we cut back to MSK, and we don't even know what MSK means. It is what it is. But like me and a whole bunch of people on Twitter were going like what, you know, we're like tweeting like, what does MSK mean? Like this means this and this means that. I had like I put like measly stupid kids. Somebody put Mid-South kids. Somebody put mildly stupid kids or mildly stupid kids. It is what it is. Make up your own. Make up your own. Some MSK means. Looks like MSK's feud against it's gonna be against Imperium. I love Imperium to get, but we'll see what happens with that because basically MSK is boring. Should have stayed in Impact. Because when they won the titles, it was great, but now they're like boring it. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we stay backstage. We have a promo from Pete fucking Dunne and Oni Lorcan. Pete says he's been begging people to prove they're better than them for weeks. And then they talk about Thatcher and Ciampa stepping up to the plate. So he challenges them to a tag team match next week. And Lorcan says they'll see how tough they are. So that should be a slobber knocker of a tag team match next week. And we'll see who's tougher, Oni Lorcan or Thatcher and Ciampa. And we'll see what happens with that. So it looks like the tag team division is starting to heat up a little bit. You got Legado and Hit Row going after each other. Imperium meeting the wings. Thatcher and Ciampa, Dunne and Lorcan fighting, going back and forth. And sadly, way in the wings is the grizzled young veterans. What they're gonna do, I don't know. What Hunter's doing with them, and Sean. I mean, they should be tag team champions, or just send them back to NXT UK. Let them beat Pretty Deadly, whatever whoever has the NXT UK tag team belts. I think it's Pretty Deadly, and there's another one called Subculture. I think it's Tyler Bate and somebody else. I don't watch NXT UK. I just know about Walter, and that's it. He's supposed to face Ilya Dragunov, but now Walter hurt his hand, so he's gonna be out a little bit. So that match for the NXT UK title is kind of on hold now. We don't know when that's gonna happen, if at all. That's all I can say about that. All right. You move on from there. All right, match 5, a 2.5 minute fest. On-title match, Eli Drake and Grimes. You know, holding up the belt and everything. He's taking on Drake Maverick. I think you knew what was going to happen with this. They continued the angle and the storyline with LA Knight, with Eli and Cameron. But Eli was in control. Drake comes back. But then Eli, he's stand over there, hold up the belt, blah blah blah. Getting to the end, and Eli catches Drake with a throwaway slam, tells the crowd to shut up, orders Cameron to hold the belt up right near the ropes, and then Drake drop kicks Eli into the belt, knocks him out, and he gets a 1925 roll up pin. 1, 2, 3. Drake Maverick pins the champ, and that's that. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. It is what it is. And then afterwards, Cameron tells Drake to get out of here, get out of the ring really quick. But Eli catches him, starts beating the crap out of him. Cameron's like, "Stop it! He's dead. You know, he's had enough. So stop." But Eli just continues to beat his ass, and then he's like, "You're gonna beat his ass now." Because Cameron's like, "No," and then Eli shoves him to the ground. He's like, "We had it." So, and Cameron's like, "Damn!" Punches Drake right in the mouth, knocking him out. And that's it. And then, Eli's all happy. Get over here. Let's go. That's it. So maybe I think next week we'll get Cameron versus Drake. You know, Drake wants his revenge. Not gonna be anything good, but still continues a storyline that I think is gonna end at Takeover 36 in August, and that's that. So we'll see what happens with that. So blah 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 blah. So like I said, 2 out of 5, 2.25 out of 5 stars for all that, and we move on. All right, then we see Raquel Gonzalez with Dakota. She's getting for her title match with Xia Li. We get a vignette hyping the match. What happened when Raquel? There was Dakota. Dakota won her match last week against Ember Moon. Raquel came happy. Xia Li comes out and she just walks back to the Kai and just goes right up to Raquel and is like, "I want title match." She gets it. That's it. That's what happens. All right. After that, we see Killer Kross's car come into the backstage, come into the arena. So Joe goes right for the door. He's like, "Kross!" Rips open the door, and he pulls out what we thought was Kross, but it was just some douchebag. He's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And the guy's like, He's in the arena." So just like drops this ham and egg on the ground, and Joe goes right back in the arena. So Kross, playing those mind games, because he's the champ, playing those mind games out. So it is what it is. But he has a nice car. But was Scarlett with him? We don't know. All right, so Joe's still looking. Now still looking for Kross. Now Kross is in the arena somewhere. But we'll see what happens. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right. Just to end off the video. After that, well, almost done. So next week on the show, this Tuesday night, we got Bronson Reed and Adam Cole, baby, 1-on-1. We got Pete fucking Dunne and Oney Lorcan taking on Ciampa and Thatcher in a tag team match. It should be pretty brutal and a slobber knocker. And we got another NXT Breakout Tournament match. We got Carmelo Hayes taking on Josh Briggs. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. So Christian Casanova and Josh Briggs, 1-on-1. Let's see who goes to the second round of the tournament. That's it. We'll see what happens. That's it for next week. Now, plus much, much more on NXT on Sci-Fi at 8 p.m. All right, then we go to the main event for the NXT Women's Championship. We got Xia Li against Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel comes out with Dakota Kai, as always. Xia Li comes out by herself. No Mei Ying, no Boa, just by herself. Comes out with his sword. It's like machete-looking sword. I'm like Xia Li, did you just like kidnap? Did you kidnap Zidane from Final Fantasy IX? You took his sword. Looked like the first sword you get in Final Fantasy IX. Not the first sword, I should say I guess the second or third sword you get that Zidane gets, not like Steiner or gets or Amarin or anybody else gets. But yeah, one of those swords looked like from Final Fantasy IX. So somebody's been playing Final Fantasy IX. Good game. One of the top 3 games in Final Fantasy history, behind 6, 7, 4. Well, actually the 4th one. My top 4 Final Fantasy games 6, 4, 7, 9, 12. Even though 12 is good, it's long as fuck. Just like 15. 15's okay, but got so much to do in that game. You got a whole ton of shit to do in 12 and 15. The hunts in 12. All the beast gear you have to get, and you want to get 100% completion in both games, and then now the downloadable content, episode Ignis and episode all the different episodes now, episode Prompto, episode Noctis and stuff like that. Afterwards, the downloadable shit, which my good buddy HC Baby is doing right now. But yeah, that game is long. I can only imagine what Final Fantasy 16 will be on the PS5. And I played the Final Fantasy remake, the first one that came out on the PS4, and the second part's coming out on the PS5. I still don't understand why the second part's coming out on PS5 when it should be out on 4 and 5. It is what it is. I mean, the new thing that came out, the intermission where you play as Yuffie and some other guy, that's just a PS5 exclusive. And then the second part's supposed to come out, I think, later this year or next year. And then I think probably after that, Final Fantasy 16 comes out. Whoosh. I don't even have money to get a PlayStation 5 right now. If somebody wants to buy me it, go ahead. But you have to be one of my good friends. If you're a troll, I don't want it. Be one of my good friends like Nick or like Alejandro Klatza or even Jerry and WJ and everything else, everything like that. That's what it is. Speaking of WJ and Jerry, the Wrestling Juggernauts channel is back. WJ and Jerry resurrected the channel again. That's a new channel. Got about almost getting close to 100 subscribers already, and it's been out for almost 2 days now. Let's see how long that channel lasts. If you've been following WJ for the last 12, 13 years, that channel's going to go down at least a month, between 1 and 3 months, maybe 4 months. But it is what it is. We'll see. I guarantee that channel's going to go down. It's going to get deleted. WJ's going to take out another channel, and then he'll just resurrect another one. The cycle continues. Pretty soon, nobody's going to be giving a crap about WJ. They're going to come to me, the real champ. That's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on. All right, so we get to the main event. I know this is going on 2 hours now, and I want to finish this. All right, so we go to the main event for the NXT Women's Championship. Xia Li and Raquel Gonzalez. It was an okay match. The ending kind of was little kind of weird. And that's it, but kind of predictable finish, predictable winner here. So anyway, they lock up. Xia gets taken into the corner, but she escapes. She gets a side headlock, gets thrown off by Raquel, and then knocks to the mat. But she kicks right back up into a 3-point stance. I guess getting ready for football season. Leads into a 1925 sleeper hold. But Raquel gets out of that real quick. And then I think it was Raquel or anyway, we get a touch of strength. But Xia with a kick to the gut leaps onto Raquel's shoulders, but Raquel stops her, shoves her into the corner. She hits a big boot, and she rolls to the outside. Raquel follows for a snake eyes into the ring post. Ow. Sends Xia Li back in, but Xia Li quickly goes back outside the ring. Get a little bit more of a as there goes a. I think you can hear it. I don't know if you can, but chopper. Good evening, chopper. Chopper going over my house. They're looking for somebody. Not me, but looking for somebody. Anyway, she gets Xia back in the ring. Xia goes right back out. Raquel goes back out after her. Goes to kick Xia, but Xia moves. Raquel gets her leg caught around the ring post. Ouch. So Xia uses that to brutalize the knee. So it's taking over, pushes the champ into the steel steps as we go to break. So Xia Li, using her quickness and a little bit of some, smarts to knock the champ down. As we go to break, we come back. Xia's been working over the knee during picture-in-picture. Has Raquel in the corner, sets her leg in the ropes, hitting a couple of drop kicks on the knee. She goes for the cover, gets 2 out of that. Goes right back to work on the leg, locks in a single leg crab. Raquel rolls out of it. Xia charges, but gets caught with a fall-away slam. And then Raquel with a big-time shot, hits another one. Gets a drop kick, goes for a near fall. Goes to pick up Xia, but Xia fights out of it. Gets a couple of pin attempts for a near fall. Then to the back of the champ. Comes up with a leaping, spinning roundhouse to Raquel's back for a near fall. And then she has Raquel on her knees, starts laying some strikes. But Gonzalez catches a kick, slams her right down. And then this is where it kind of got weird. This is basically the end for Xia Li. Raquel goes up top, and looked like she was gonna go for the Vader bomb, and she starts in the Vader bomb position, and she just twists herself into a senton and lands right on Xia Li's gut, like her stomach, her sternum, or whatever. Goes for the cover, and Xia barely kicked out of 2. Then Raquel backs up, who's about to finish Xia Li off. He's screaming for her to get up. He's like, "You want this? This is your match." It's like, "Get up, get up!" And then Asia Pereira, the referee, is looking at Xia Li. Something's wrong, and she calls medic. I don't think she did call the doctor to come. The medic. So the medical staff, they come and look at Xia, and while this is going on, I'm like, why don't you just stop the match? So it looked like there's a legit injury to Xia Li. I think she either got the wind knocked out of her, maybe some broken ribs. I don't know. But anyway, it was from the senton, from what ringside. The medical staff's like, "She's fine. He's fine. Yeah, just a broken rib. Yeah, he's fine." So that was it. Raquel comes in and hits the because Xia Li had the a legit injury. So. And Raquel was not happy about it. I don't know. She was didn't stop the match or something like that. I don't know. But it is what it is. And she retains the belt. and we'll see what happens with her after that. So to go with the ramp, they pose, and match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Wasn't even great. I mean, Raquel's reign as champ, not as great as before when she was just dominating against everybody and just beating the crap out of Rhea Ripley before sending Rhea Ripley to the main roster to get buried. Yeah, she got buried. Yeah, she won the title from Asuka. Everybody was kind of happy about that. And then Horseface Charlotte comes in, takes it right away. Takes it right away from her at Money in the Bank, and then now Nikki Ashhole has it. But losing on Monday night to back to Horseface for the 15th time. And hopefully Becky comes around within the next 4 weeks and takes it from her. Because basically all Charlotte is good for just a number. Her reigns don't matter. I don't care if she holds the belt for 3, 4, 5 months. The reign sucks. All she wants is to beat Daddy's record. And right now she's at 14. And soon to be 15. So she's about two reigns away from beating her daddy's record. And we all thought Cena was going to break it, right? Nope. It's going to be Horseface. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, so Raquel retains the belt, 2 out of 5 stars. And then as we finish NXT off, Joe calls out Kross again. He says Kross needs to learn their reckoning. I thought when he said that, like, Mia Yim was going to come out or something like that. Reckoning. So there will be a reckoning. And he's like, out here right now. His fans are like, where is he? Where is he? We all thought his music was going to play and he was going to come out, to the ringside area. But then we see him and he's like, this isn't your NXT, Joe. This is my NXT. And I have the belt and I can go wherever. I can go where I want, do what I want, and hurt whoever I want, except Jeff Hardy. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, basically, I'm the champ. I can do whatever I want, to whoever I want, wherever I want. And then he's like, for example, and he takes the camera and then he pans down and we see William Regal unconscious. Then he asks Joe if he, it's like, oh, now? And then he leaves, gets in his car, and he drives away as Joe just missed him. And that's that. Then Joe screams like, oh! Ends NXT. So that's all I got to say about that. So I gave the ending, that last segment, 3.5 out of 5 stars. But still, it felt kind of a meh. Not a great NXT last night, as in the past couple weeks. It was great. But this week kind of took a hit. But still a pretty okay show. So I gave it an okay 6 out of 10 rating. Let me know what you guys thought down below, or in the comments, or hit me up via social media. Let me know what you guys thought of the show, and that's pretty much it. So 6 out of 10 for NXT, and we'll see what happens next week on Sci-Fi, as NXT closes out the month of July on Sci-Fi, as we start the road to NXT TakeOver 36, and that's it. Where it might be, we don't know yet. So I mentioned on Twitter, like, where's NXT 36 going to be? Is it going to be in the CWC, or is it going to be in Vegas? And they're going back and forth. It might be in Vegas, or it might be in CWC. So we don't know. I guess we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks where it might be. And that's it. All right, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Alejandro Klatza for stepping in, and Nick, as always, for coming in. I'm going to end off with Nick, as always. Last couple comments. WWE will put a lot of people to sleep. Basically, that's Monday Night Raw. The cure from insomnia. That's true. That's true. Speaking of Raw, he's like, where's your Raw review? Probably going to do that tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I had so many errands to do. So I'm gonna try to do it sometime tomorrow. And hopefully I get my AEW review up later, but I see how tired I am by then. I've been really tired and I've been like out of it. So I mean, it is what it is. I can't be here all the time. I wish I could, but I can't with all the stuff that's going on. And especially this weekend's a pretty big weekend. Got a lot to do this weekend. Very busy. So I don't know if I'm gonna get any like streams or anything. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get the AEW review up later tonight or probably tomorrow, along with my Raw review. Then SmackDown on Friday. And then the weekend, I'll probably just chill. I may do a stream either Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, or maybe Sunday night on the TTC Reborn channel. So we can have a Super Saturday or a Super Sunday stream. We'll talk about random shit. Have a good old time. And that's it. And get you ready for next week. Next week's shows, Raw, NXT, AEW with a Fight for the Fallen, and then SmackDown next Friday night to end out the month of July. And then we start August next Sunday. So yeah, the summer is quickly coming to an end. We got about another month and a half left. Got SummerSlam coming up in about 4 weeks away with SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver 36 on the 21st and 22nd. Fans are back in the stadiums and the arenas. That's all nice and dandy. Blah blah blah. We'll see what happens with that and the ratings and all that good stuff. Football coming back in a couple weeks. Preseason football for the middle to near the end of August. And then we start the month of September. We got Labor Day weekends coming up in a little over a month. We got AEW Out 3 from Chicago, which could have some big time guys and maybe some girls debuting on Out. Maybe Punk, maybe Bryan Strowman, Tessa Blanchard. We'll see. You see how big the Forbidden Door opens. We'll see what happens with that. We got that. We got big. September is pretty big as well. We got AEW in Jersey on September the 15th, and in Queens, New York City, the week after that. Tickets are just about sold out for that show. And so I gotta say pretty much about that. And then also we got Extreme Rules during that time as well. And football is about to start, and baseball is about to be ending near the end of September, into the first couple of days of October. And the summer is gonna end, fall begins, and all that other good shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, football begins on September the 9th, and then the regular season starts September the 12th. Jets and Giants are in action. The Niners play the Lions. The Jets got Carolina. I don't even know who the Giants play, and I'm not going to go look it up. And I really don't care. So that's it. So like I said, some good stuff coming in September, and we will continue on. And that's all I got to say about that. And gonna have a good. Hopefully, all you guys have a great rest of your summer. Go to the beach. We still got like another month of warm weather. The sun's starting to go down about 20 after 8 now. Fully gets dark about 8:30, close to almost 8:45 still, but still. By the end of this month, it'll be about close to about 8:10, 8:05, 8:10. So the beginning of August, the sun will go down at 8. And then by the end of August, it should be about close to 7:15. So And then pretty soon we're gonna have to turn the clocks back, and the sun will be going down at 5 o'clock. You know, and then we worry about Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas, my birthday, and then the end of the year, 2021 goes bye-bye, and we roll in 2022. And probably still have this fucking virus around, and see how everything goes between now and December the 31st, 2021. And that's all I gotta say about that. But take each day like it might be your last, and just enjoy it. And that's it. If you don't enjoy it, well, screw you. That's it. All right. Nick with a final comment. He is going to be in the house for AEW Dynamite Grand Slam in Queens on September the 22nd. You lucky bastard. That's all I gotta say about that. If I can get a last minute ticket, I go. I don't care if I have to sit at the tippy top of Arthur Ashe Hole Stadium. But if I can get in the building, I'll be fine. Just getting out of that building, getting on the train, then getting on another train, get back to where I am. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But those trains are going to be packed because you're gonna have to go all the way back from Arthur Ashe Stadium. You got to get along all the way, basically towards where the Mets train station is, Willis Point, whatever it is, Willis Point, and you'd have to wait for the train, and at least the trains come every like 5 minutes. So get one train packed, you have to wait, and another train, and then by the time, hopefully, by the time you get into like the city, but you're in Times Square, 42nd Street, or 34th Street. At least by that time, the train will be less packed. But still, you're gonna have to get off at 42nd Street or 34th Street to get where you gotta go. If you live in, either the city, you live in the Bronx or Brooklyn, Queens, Jersey, wherever. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass. So by the time you get home, it's like 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. So yeah. Hopefully, you get your tickets and take the day off the next day. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, so Nick's going to go, and all I got to say is have a good time. Maybe I'll see you, maybe I won't. But we'll see. And that's it. All right, so thank you to Nick, and thank you to Alejandro Klatzer for coming in, and anybody else who decided to view the video, for like a couple minutes. And, I know you all left dislikes, but thank you for the free views, motherfucker. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. So I'm going to edit this video up. I'm going to edit a couple other videos up that I did that last couple of days. I'll put the pictures on it and stuff, edit it up a little bit. And that's it. And I'm going to get ready for Dynamite tonight. Fighter Fest Night 2. I think we got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, taking on the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, but excuse me, Vicky Guerrero for the AEW Women's Championship tonight. I think we have that 5-on-5 match between Adam Page and the Dark Order taking on the All Elite. I think it's going to be Kenny and the Bucks, and I think the Good Brothers or maybe Brandon Cutler. I don't know, but basically all or nothing match. If Page and his team wins, Page gets a title shot against Kenny next week at Fight for the Fallen. And the Dark Order get a tag team title shot against the Bucks, probably at the same show. And we'll see what happens with that. Among other things happening on AEW Dynamite tonight. And hopefully I'll do the review later tonight on this channel. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, going into Wednesday night. And hopefully I'll see you later tonight. If not, definitely tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite Fighter Fest Night 2 review and my Raw review on the Killer Demons channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the dislike button. I really don't care. Leave a comment, and don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, and don't forget to hit that bell. And that's it. So that's it. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna edit this up, maybe I don't know, I might take a nap and then I have AEW record, so I can take a nap, like a couple hour nap, and then get up like around 10, 11 o'clock. We watch AEW, have some dinner, and then maybe I'll do the review later or whenever I can. That's all I can say for that. So thank you for watching, and I'm out. Peace, bitches.